All right, welcome to the first game of the day. Oh, Texas is beautiful. I enjoyed it last time I was here. But what's even more beautiful are the two teams waiting backstage. Our desk has called it competitive. There's only one way to find a difference. Let's throw it to our first team then and meet Toronto Ultra.
Pay me in respect, cause once I do it big, what's to follow is a check. I need 100 bags, nothing more, nothing less. And the ops feel away, cause I'm next, I'm a threat. Oh yeah, really, y'all don't know this, y'all in danger, I'm a threat. It's a gamble with your life, cause you know that it's a bet. Gotta one up the next, point to the sky with the one up, I'm blessed. I'm young, rich and black, so you know I'm a threat.
Please give a warm welcome to Toronto Ultra! Scrapz, Pixie, Insight, and CleanX. Your Toronto Ultra!
I feel like these guys still need to answer the question of whether or not they're championship ready. And what better way to do it than versus our Major 1 champions? They got New York on the other side of that stage. Was Hicksy enough? Is he enough? We'll find out. Let's bring out New York, Bryce.
All right, thank you very much, Nameless. Yes, one team has taken the stage. We're going up against them. And the Major 1 champions. Let's say hello to the New York Subliners. Please welcome to the stage, the New York Subliners! HyDra, Skyz, KiSMET, and Priestahh. The New York Subliners!
The Major 1 champions looking to possibly get a second chip on this year. They were struggling this stage, but they still hold the #1 LAN hardpoint record as well as control. And for the love of God, they have HyDra on their team. It's the New York Subliners, and you gotta stand clear.
All right, New York Subliners. Oh. All right, well, the game is ready. The players are sat. It only remains to hand it over to the maestros of the microphone. It's Merc and Maven.
Thank you. I like that a lot. The maestros of the microphone. Let's have some fun. Ready to get rolling. This weekend is going to be packed as it fills up over the weekend. We are going to have a sold-out crowd, a ton of incredible Call of Duty matches, Joe, and excited to be here, buddy. Let's have a great time.
Yeah, I think when you look at this matchup, this sort of desk kind of talked about it. I mean, a banger, right? Some of these teams, or these two teams have been competitive from the start. New York, they win Major 1, but Ultra, they have been a competitor all year long.
Yeah, and this is just, I guess I'm waiting to see, kind of like Nameless said, like, can Toronto be a championship caliber team? Because sometimes, like, online, like, their records have been there, they've looked really good, they get to the event, and it's like maybe day 1 they look good, and then something falls apart, something comes off the wheels. Now can Hicksy be the difference? Because I know with him in, I know his numbers haven't been incredible, but there's been boosts in other places.
Yeah, I mean, you obviously talk about Scrappy, the consistency he's had all year, but then CleanX has really been the key, right? He's turned into the monster that maybe we saw at times throughout Cold War, just trying to get back to that form. He can play with such pace, but it's sort of with, Standy, hitting the bench. It was just a question of Was that the right move? Maybe the guys felt like this was going to take them to the next level. I think we have a lot of questions, and this weekend it's going to be answered.
Well, this is just a sensational matchup to kick things off. I mean, I think outside of what your Thieves FaZe match, this is one where it's two teams that you realistically think can make a run. Maybe not win the whole thing, but it's possible, and they can certainly make a deep run into Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, they're on the opposite side of the bracket, right? So you have that going into it. But here we go, Hotel Hardpoint building on up. First match of the tournament, first map of the tournament. And for both of these teams, this is a map they know and love. 10-5 for Toronto Ultra, New York 9-7 in Ultra. They're on a 3-game win streak. And remember, they played in the Major 3 qualifiers. It was a 3-0 for Ultra.
So maybe looking for a little bit of vengeance here if you're NYSL, but HyDra, maybe the best submachine gun player in the game. We start with his POV, but quickly over to the Bulldog and KiSMET, who's going to get shot down. Right back over to HyDra.
They're just controlling middle of the map right now. Toronto Ultra just trying to do what they can, but HyDra almost finding that second. Hixie able to take him down, but Skyz taking that long route. You see Ultra spawning kitchen. That's not where they want to be. They're going to have to work through Chandelier. A good couple of kills to give them mid-map control.
We'll see if they can start to work out. Funnel across the map. You get the smoke from the nade. Difficult gunfight there from HyDra's POV. At least takes down one before he gets chopped down, but now back over to KiSMET. Just biding his time. Looking to push forward, wants to rip him off the desk, and that's a big one. Get him out of one of those strong positions that's tough to deal with.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you get behind that desk, so hard to deal with, and now you can get your teammate in that location. You have Skyz locking down P4 over towards those double desks. Inside, just waiting top side of the map for his teammate. That's going to be Scrapz, and this is going to be a push from all angles. It's a bit of a pinch here from Toronto Ultra on this first break attempt. As Priestahh trying to just lock down these back steps. KiSMET with the big 2. It's looking like that first push is going to be dealt with. And there we go. Priestahh and KiSMET able to take down all 4.
Yeah, no one was able to leak through the back. So you still have those safe spawns. If you're NYSL, you now build up to a 20-point advantage. Back to HyDra's POV, who's 5-3, but that's 3 kills straight through for Toronto Ultra. But still, the safe spawn there for NYSL. They're able to continue reinforcing, and this is close to a perfect kill. You've got 15 or so seconds left. There was a bit of a contest, but now let's talk about the fights on rotation.
Yeah, this is a big one-on-one going on right now. HyDra just trying to play his life. There we go. The reinforcements come in, but if he was able to catch insight on that rotation, maybe get inside a kitchen, you can make plays there. Show those snakes off as our pros always do on this hill, but a great hold by NYSL there at that second hill. You need a response here if you are Ultra.
Let's see if they can answer the call and get right back into the swing of things, but speaking of the snakes, they are out. It's CleanX just playing for info. As the push is starting to develop. There's the first pick. Now you see maybe starting to go behind this, but not yet. Maybe wait for the 4th player to get involved. One's going to spawn out from Toronto Ultra. So far, so good. Clean for Ultra as CleanX and Insight able to lock it down. The first pick opens nothing for NYSL.
Yeah, and I like that play, right? You just have Priestahh proning in the contest mount right outside of Priestahh, forcing Ultra to push on through. CleanX on a 5-3. This is what we were talking about. This guy, he is playing with aggression. Now over to his sub duo on rotation. 4-7, but right back into the game. They got the hold inside a kitchen. Now, can New York set up here at P4?
Yeah, it sort of feels like to me the numbers aren't always there for Hixie, but CleanX is getting back to being that demon on the map. Like, all right, if it's leading to wins, you're getting the results. Who cares?
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, CleanX is that player, right? I think when you watch some of our top submachine gun players, you know, Pred, HyDra, those who come to mind, they're pushing out cuts constantly. That's what you want from this man, but on rotation, you can see on the right side, it is all New York. That is going to be a clean 4 dead. This has just been back and forth. Who is going to find a break in these setups?
And it's 5 in a row for KiSMET. But yeah, there's been like no break, right? It's just been locked down. Get to your spots. I know you've been on that rank grind, and the more you play, you know, you've rocked the sub a little bit at ARs. Like, both weapons are insane if you get to your spots, right? You get to your positions, you can take over the map.
Yeah, you can make so many plays happen with this FaZe. 7 now for KiSMET. Looking for number 8, able to find it on rotation. Maybe now an opening for NYSL to chain 2 hills together. CleanX, the last player in position. I love that. Now you have HyDra and sub duo coming to help him out, but CleanX was able to read the first one. Priestahh here now. This is a great job by KiSMET on rotation. It is not going to be a clean setup for Toronto Ultra, and now a 50-point lead from NYSL. That was such a clean P4 hold.
14-6 out of KiSMET. The Bulldog just popping pieces all over the map. 40-point advantage out of NYSL. KiSMET right back into the mix, up to 16. is off spawn, just soaring right back into it. Look at the kill feed, lighting up purple as HyDra and CleanX there for the plays. Skyz though tries with a snap and pre-fire, but not able to hit. And look at you look at the engagement, like it's a relatively the same for what I saw outside of KiSMET, who is just running.
Yeah, 16 and 8 for him, but still, again, another good hold by the team on rotation from first, right? It's Ultra this time, only down 20 with 20 seconds left on this hill. As Scrapz just trying to watch over his teammates, so still a very close game. Now we're gonna rotate all the way over towards that bottom left side of your map. Over towards patio. CleanX trying to work through kitchen with his teammates. You are going to have inside spawn out and set up a bit of a pinch. They might have to wait for him.
So a lot of times it's like a break comes because of the mistake for the setup team. Usually that's the case. And with how good the holds have been, does it feel like one of those games where it's like who's going to make the mistake first? Like who's going to have the big blunder?
Yeah, or who's going to make that individual play. Already a nice start here. You find the kill. You're not earning time, but you're at least stopping New York from getting it.
Let's see how long they can keep them out of it. Insight with the angle, insightful as ever. As he connects onto the shots, nade towards the back, has a little bit of help. He'll get dropped though by Skyz. But you've got some numbers here and now a chance for a lead change if you are Ultra. Can you rally together 2 hard points? One of the better rotations that we have seen. And keeping it out of it, but Ultra trying to make the rally, looking for the lead change out of the hard point for now, but still going strong. Let's get to Illicit in now with Toronto Ultra.
Is the debuff on the time and one to the back?
Throw pillars to engine. Weak.
Give me a sec. I spawn kid.
Yeah, with it.
All dead.
Kitchen as well, I think.
I don't see this guy, Scrap.
Dead.
I'm top left right now.
I'm square now.
Use the swing.
I'll see you guys.
Look for one.
He's quick. Couch, HyDra. I don't see this guy.
He's definitely useless. He's definitely useless.
Yeah. I don't know where they're spawning. I'm weak D2. There's spawning kid. Spawning kid.
No one's square. No one's square. Priestahh's behind the square. Left side square now on the window.
Yeah, one step pillars as well.
100% by the window, right?
Connected there. Give me a sec.
I'm square.
I'm gonna dead.
The pillars on
Mid
I'm
square.
holding lobby. I'm holding
Yo,
lobby.
square at a time. He's couches.
Couches.
Weak.
Holding lobby. I'm holding lobby.
Don't jump, we're gonna be mid pillars.
One still. Lobby there. I'm chilling couch. He's one couch. Front couches. Get pillars. Front couches. Yeah, front couch. You're gonna kill me. Yeah, nice.
I got time.
Skyz.
Could be no pillars.
Yeah, I'll get it.
That's square, maybe?
I'm gonna try and go new. I'm spawn useless. This one in our way. This one in
Yeah, he is absolute
Right
counter.
on
square.
One guy's on new, boys. One for Q. Only one new then. He's
only one new.
Already
Only
lobby.
one here right now.
Okay. Play through this and go right. He's not behind the engine.
This one low bed.
I'm playing for the guy old then.
Yeah.
Yeah, left. That's
So she has couches. Let's see if you're right. I'm getting this 10. All 3 of you go right.
There's nothing D1, D2 yet.
He's in mid lobby. I need your D1.
Yep.
He's spawning out kicks, by the way.
Heard that.
He should do anyway. I don't see a lobby.
I enjoyed that a lot. It's not real frantic, just
Always
sort of a
calm.
little small talk and calming. Yeah, we expect that from the Ultra comms. It was great.
Yeah, always just very calm. This time, no, over to P2. We talk about how well New York were able to hold it, but this time they just go right through double dash. They're able to get spot control, and maybe this is the break that we were talking about in the game. Right there, a clean break for Ultra onto New York, and now you have inside Scrapz set up. CleanX finding that kill. One more player left in KiSMET. Maybe able to make the play. Snaps onto 2, and it's just down to HyDra.
Yeah, it's just, you know, you think you have a freebie, but then you remember that in this game to mantle up and get an angle, it takes about 45 seconds. So he ends up taking him out as well. But where you thought there was the moment, there is a quick answer here from NYSL. Has been a big part of that, but you get right back into it, so maybe not the blunder quite yet. Just good job staying calm, regaining control. Priestahh's POV for now, and he's starting to light things up at 18 and 17.
You might have a big couple of kills coming in though, right? You have that final 20 seconds, but you gifted Ultra the rotation on over. So they're gonna have a 2 versus 3 in the hill right now. It's gonna come down to Scrapz and CleanX to hold this first push. On the opposite side, it's HyDra on a big pinch. Can HyDra shut this down? HyDra was able to read it. New York trying to get inside the kitchen. There we go, 3 dead. Beautiful stuff. What a read by HyDra.
Pick up that pinch, make sure your forward players able to focus on the hard point and take those difficult gunfights at the Snake Fiesta. Priestahh still beaming. As he gets out the positive 3, we get back to KiSMET, who has been a roller coaster throughout this one, but he has been hot. He got a streak all the way up to what, 8 or 9, just an absolute monster. What more does he have to provide? Able to spot one at the back, some damage in, not quite able to finish it, but able to tuck away in the corner.
Yeah, kind of split right after that break. You had Scrapz find a couple of kills, gets them right back. Ah! KiSMET with the stab, 26 and 17, last bullet connects. Now on rotation, you had Scrapz just trying to play his life, trying to read the spawns, but again, HyDra on rotation, finding those kills, and now New York gets set up. They were perfect here last time through.
What can they do with it? It's CleanX, the kill top bedroom. Now you gotta worry about that with your HyDra, so you try to just push it out, get a kill before you drop. You know you're gonna be in trouble from bedroom side. KiSMET tries to snap, he's relocated to the opposite corner. It's gonna be Ultra players inside for now with CleanX with the pick on the front line. Insight with the crossfire through. Last guy here, HyDra, soaring in but dropped. 30 seconds remaining on the hard point. A moment to breathe here for Ultra.
Yeah, a moment, just not a very long one, but you still have Scrapz inside of main deck. This is where he's gonna be able to find multiple kills, and he does. Connects onto 2. And HyDra's already thinking rotation, so are the rest of NYSL. They're gonna give up this time. Priestahh's gonna be the last one to spawn up, make sure no one's pinching through Chandelier. Not gonna happen. So on rotation, it's gonna be New York in control again. Still just a 1-point game. This has been so back and forth, and now it's CleanX on a 5 spree.
And Insight's just gotta wait, right? Setting up this pinch. You've got one going the whole way around deep. That's gonna be Hixie. Oh. They're able to take down 2. Scrapz at least able to trade out 1, but that's really it. He's gonna be the last guy here. Spawner's starting to come up. He's gonna drop right as the reinforcements get here. Into the blender you go. NYSL has got you in the mix, and now they're starting to run away with this late in the game. 40 seconds remaining on the hard point. 220 on the board for NYSL. Can they do it? You can close it out here with perfection.
Yeah, we'll see those spawns are getting a little bit mixy right now. You have some splits coming in. Scrapz, he's gonna read it. Nice play from him. He's on 3 in a row to get Ultra back in the hill. Game not gonna end here. We're gonna head on over towards patio. And yet New York, they have just been so rotate heavy, and HyDra's able to sneak all the way in the back. His team, they know they're gonna try to get to him. He's gonna spot one, and now the rest of Ultra know he's here. He's gonna have the help of Priestahh, trying to watch this cross. Another one.
Nice.
Struggling. CleanX, the last player alive. Now he's the one by himself. His team's gotta get to him. You see the spawns all the way out, but he finds another kill. CleanX trying to do what he can to keep his team in it.
And Priestahh,
oh my goodness!
It's not an easy fight, but he's able to win.
He's still alive.
CleanX is still tucked to the
He's
back
still
line.
alive.
He gets another kill. Are you kidding me? Nobody in the point for now, but it's 5 in a row again for CleanX. NYSL now able to wrap on. All this work that CleanX has done, he's finally going to drop the players in the hard point. It's going to be New York.
Yeah, I mean, New York just cut off the spawns. They cut off the spawns. Scrapz gonna get them off the hill. 14 more points for New York to win map number 1. Ultra, though, it is not done yet. They know they're just trying to keep them off of it. Trying to keep them off the time, and they're doing just that. That's gonna be all 4 dead now for New York. So game cannot end here. We're going back to P1.
Having fun, map 1 a major 3s. It'll basically be a tie game once they rack up this time. And back to mid-map we go. The key gunfight's coming in, and CleanX, you can tell he's feeling himself right now. The challenge of the second won't go through, but it will be Ultra. Now into the point, the crossfire coming in from Priestahh and NYSL. They get 2 picks. Insight's gotta be huge, he's gonna drop as well.
Well, they're relying on CleanX again, relying on him again. Tixie, though, the duo, the sub-duo, able to find 2. Maybe that gives them the chance. It's all 4 dead for NYSL. Ultra now 10 seconds away from winning map number 1.
Here we go, break time for NYSL. Can they get the pick? 243, 243. Second by second, it is climbing. A contest onto the point. Tixie trying to go big. He's gonna drop in New York, break in. A couple of seconds left to go. HyDra pushes out the cut, and that will do it for map 1. And Subliners get it done in a nutty map 1.
Well, we talked about this matchup, what this was going to be. Their best hardpoint map for both of these teams, and they put on a show. It was so back and forth, nobody could break on through, and then at the end, it was the individual plays from guys like HyDra, players like CleanX setting up a banger at the end.
Yeah, it was like, you nailed it. It was solid, what, like 40 to 50 second holds for the most part, like little contests here and there, but mostly flawless holds for like, until the last like 5 or 6 hard points. And then it was just a battle. We're gonna check out the replay again to watch the last 50 or seconds or so, maybe see any big moments, big gunfights we missed in the midst of the chaos, but that's a fun start to the tournament, Joe.
Yeah, I just want to see kind of right here, right? Yeah, you have a couple dead. You have Hixie on the point. Who is the difference maker for NYSL? KiSMET's able to go up towards Cat. Just this read from Skyz. And yeah, you have the 3-4 dead. It could just be tough, right? You have those kitchen spawns. You're going to push out double arches. They're going to go through top Cat. And after that too, after this 4 dead, who is the player that makes the play for NYSL?
HyDra, leave, gets to pick on the point and then turns and picks up a spawner as well, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, you can just see the spawns a little bit all over the place. He spawns behind them and they're just not ready for it. That is a little bit unlucky for Toronto Ultra. And that's why it can be tough. Yeah, he spawns behind him playing Chandelier.
So I think KiSMET got 2, HyDra got 2. They cleared everybody out. That's the thing with those like mid hard points, right? Like it can be, especially in those moments. I mean, they're hard to track spawns and take the control you want, but especially in those moments, it's sort of just a shouting and madness and chaos as you get to the conclusion of the map. But what a map won. 4 points separated these teams. A battle till the end.
And honestly, props to Ultra, because you get outslayed by 15. You can see everyone's positive on NYSL. They kept that very close. You know, CleanX was making incredible plays towards back B6.
Well, I thought that's on that hard point what kind of stood out, because I think you and I were super locked on CleanX's plays because they were unbelievable. Like it looked like he won a gunfight, like threw a stun, then he was able to hit a stun and win a gunfight against Attack that was pushing up to Priestahh, and he got 4 or 5 kills. But we were so focused on that, I guess I was sort of just, you know, it's our first cast of the day. Like, I was just so focused on that, I was thinking in my head, like, oh, surely his teammates have gotten into the hard point.
Well, no, you spawn all the way out before in New York. They just made the heads-up call of, all right, just kind of leave him. Maybe someone try to win it. The rest of us just cut the reinforcements off. It was the right play. It's just CleanX made enough one-on-one wins in the back where they couldn't get on the time. They couldn't win the game there.
No, it's just, yeah, sometimes as a commentator, you get so dialed in on like one situation that I look at like the bigger picture. I'm like, well, I didn't play it how I thought it was going to at all. But really, really fun one. If anyone like rolled out of bed and came to the venue while you're awake now, an absolute blast there for the first one. We've got so much incredible action to come to you with this first round of matches. I mean, I know when I looked at it on paper before we did our podcast, it was just sort of like, a lot of these can go either way. Like, and that speaks to the parity in the league and just the way everything's been playing out. But some of them are just, this one I thought was gonna just be haymaker after haymaker, and then especially, yeah, the Thieves and FaZe, we'll have to wait and see how that plays out later. But so far, I think you know it right after the first map like that. It's kind of what you thought this was gonna be. Like, you hope to get maps like that as a caster and the viewer, but these guys are gonna go toe-to-toe. Yeah, despite the 3-0 online, I'll take a lot from that.
Yeah, no, you know, New York's been a team throughout this year testing the map pool. That's been a big thing for them. And for Ultra, they're just trying to get sort of, you know, get Hixie comfortable, trying to get the map pool comfortable. One area where they did struggle has been in the Search and Destroy in the qualifiers, right? I think they were 2-4 overall. Fortress, though, is one of the maps that they play a good amount. And, you know, CleanX can be one of those players, right? He's going to take those opening duels. But it's pretty 50-50 when you talk about these two stars.
And it's just exciting to see CleanX kind of, I guess, maybe emerging into that conversation of elite subs, because he was one of our favorite players to cast and watch when you go back to Cold War, and obviously hasn't quite had that same impact, but man, when he is feeling it, when he finds the rhythm in the map, he's one of the most fun players to watch.
No, he is, and he plays so quick, right? I mean, just his ability to snap, right? The sensitivity he plays on it looks a little bit faster than some of the other subs in the league, so when he's dialed in, it looks nuts.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. But out of Fortress we go, map 2. KiSMET. He had the big moments across the map. I mean, he's the monster going massively positive through it, but then also 2 of the big kills with HyDra to close out that map 1. He's got to be feeling it. When this guy is locked in, one of the best players on the planet.
Yeah, and we know when it gets to land, Search and Destroy is going to be a lot different. Not only just sort of the audio setup you are, but here on land, you don't have, you're not at home. You're not going to hear everything, but right there, NYSL, they're able to find all 4. That is just a clean round as Priestahh and HyDra find 4 in the round.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I mean, KiSMET was huge in that too, just kind of playing bait, able to play his life. Priestahh gets there quickly with the help of the first, and HyDra just decimates the rest of the players. But once the fighting started there, it was over quick.
Yeah, and for NYSL, you know, the 2 players who in Major 3 qualifiers for their Search and Destroy had incredible splits was sort of HyDra and KiSMET. Yeah, they were both like 1.4s, but the ARs were struggling, right around like 0.8 for both Skyz and Priestahh. Pretty surprising. Could be the maps they're playing, but Priestahh doing that around. Yeah, you know, you play an Embassy Fortress, you get some bad timings with the AR. That could be not fun.
First blood this time, it'll be Scrapz. Priestahh, the great round 1, he'll be out of action. Daddy's starting to come into play. Oh, good God, that stomach hits him in the back of the ankle. KiSMET, where are you going? The answer is nowhere. As CleanX puts him into a 4 versus 2 now.
HyDra's able to find him. You're thinking maybe he jumps there to find that player closed. Both players just kind of running around, HyDra and Skyz. You do have Daddy on HyDra, but Insight likes to play in these slow positions, finds the feet under the truck, able to find one, and now it's just down to HyDra.
Yeah.
Bomb not planted yet, though.
You saw that impact the second he came into the league. He's sometimes in spots a little frustrated, but HyDra, this would be for the ace. He had the incredible round 1 now. Can he close out the 1 versus 3? And the ace as well. He's 4-0 in this. 25 seconds left to go on the clock. Bomb now going to be planted. This is it's a tough one to get in and retake, but we'll see.
Yeah, we don't see big plants very often, but it is just so hard to retake. There's so many positions you have to clear. You have this sub as well. If there's attack in the back on that balcony, good luck.
He centers right to it. He snaps to where he knows he's going to be, but still just such a hard gunfight. Yeah, how often do you see a retake on this site? Not real often at all, right?
I could probably make up some Maven number, but it's probably like 5%.
Yeah, probably. That sounds right. I think the longer you've been casting, you've learned to sort of make up numbers too. I like that, Joe.
Yeah, you know, it's what we do.
So, tied up 1-1 now. You got what, 4 on HyDra. A lot of this team looking for the kill outside of Priestahh. Priestahh first blood in the last round. We'll see if we got more of an impact here.
You have some sort of read here, right? I mean, the way they've been playing this Ultra, 2 rounds in a row, nading up top of Art, and then just kind of playing this slow retake over towards Mack. They're gonna go for it, everyone, but he's gonna get wallbanged right through. KiSMET's on top. He gets traded on out. Now HyDra looking for that player, trying to cross on back through those doors, but it's into a 3-on-3. Daddy getting it popped. KC trying to find it. Through open comes the rest of them, and well, Toronto Ultra, they're going to find the defensive round 1, just playing together as a group through both of those doors.
Yeah, like after the first blood comes through for Skyz, you know, you're sort of like, whoa. You're getting railed through the door there, you get dropped, you think they're down a man, and maybe they'll kind of rethink the retake through, but they keep the pressure through close and open. They're able to find the kills, and they get it done.
Well, and the reason is you're probably going to have numbers, right? Because you have 1 player backstairs, 1 player on the bottom. Usually, if there's a pinch or something, you have a player like top dark, inside of Art. You're not expecting 4 players through those doors. They just get outnumbered, able to find those gunfight wins.
Well, you can just get lined up and have multiple players drop. So you can have 2 players dropping that wall paint, for God's sake. I mean, it happens. And they commit to it, though. Catch them off guard, and they get the round win. HyDra with a snipe out this time. Gets eyes on one, tries for the wall bang, just gonna miss a little right.
It's all right, Skyz has it. I think, you know, we all know it, you play in ranked. You feel like that stage gives you a little bit more cover. No, that thing is paper when attack is shooting you through.
It's either like you can't shoot through it, or you can really shoot through it.
Really shoot through it.
It's like,
you can really shoot through it. Yeah, you get caught, you're dead.
There seems really no in between. It's like the wall doesn't exist, or it does. Oh, gets eyes right as he goes to pop it. Got a little bit of help there. And KiSMET able to get the kill. It was HyDra snapping around the corner with the sight. Just eyes on. Able to finish it though is CleanX. Going to be in a 2 versus 3 now after that pick. Bomb's still going to be in Scrapz' hand.
Yeah, but I think they're going to spot that 1 player. And again, it's a slow rotate through A over to B. And this would give them the right call. You have 1 player all the way in the back. That's Skyz. Then 2 players at the A bomb, and KiSMET and Priestahh. How is this gonna play through? CleanX with Daddy Pot. Does he find the time? He's able to find 1 fire, the other with Scrap. Now they have to get the bomb down. They have to plant it. Skyz wins the first, not able to find the second. What reads on the map right now? They're just working through the bomb sites, just having NYSL guess where the hell are these guys?
And that's a 2v4, right? I believe that ends up being a 2v4 because they got that first pick to bring it to a 2v3, the one through the window we saw, I believe, from CleanX. And they win the round. Those feel like the daggers. I know we still got a lot of search and destroy to go, but that one hurts.
And what's crazy is I was just about to say, you know, usually in the opening rounds, like very early with this map, it's sort of a sub player finding some crazy play, whether it's like a Shotzzy, a HyDra, a CleanX. We really haven't had that, but then right there, CleanX able to find that flank onto 2 to give them that round win.
Oh, Priestahh was getting chased. He's able to get out pretty grouped up right now as NYSL. As the plant will start to get down, it'll be Ultra starting to look for the openings, and it's not going to be sort of this, 4-man hit
HyDra's
In
making
through
the play,
double
though.
doors.
You're waiting for HyDra to make the play. He jumps out of dub window. He has Denny popped. And well, he's able to find the first. That's going to reset the Denny. Priestahh trying to lock down the bomb. It is finesse time for this man. Buys enough time where it's all down to CleanX, and there we go. They had no map control. They were all the way in the back of the map besides HyDra, who jumps out of art and wins the gunfight.
Well, yeah, that, and I think he ends up turning CleanX's head, who's trying to look towards another fight. And that's who I think tagged him up when he started to get away. Leads to him dropping as well. Just one moment that creates a little bit of havoc.
Yeah, like Ultra are thinking defensively, they're all trapped in the back, right? We can swarm them through, we can go top dart, find the angles, but HyDra makes the plays. He's up to 6-3 right now.
He's really keeping a minute. And 5 of those are non-traded kills, so he's finding his picks and he's playing his life. See if he has a little more magic in this round. Not gonna have the Daddy to work with. Just made the play behind it. Priestahh trying to give out free haircuts, just some damage to Scrapz in the back line.
Poor Hixie. Yep, there it is again. Hixie's just trying to cross to that bomb, but the tack's set up. There's the wall bang, so weak. CleanX, though, does get pushed up. He's going to chow the gunfight, and Skyz is going to win it.
Hey, Priestahh is just tagging, and Skyz is finishing the kills. But now they're looking to flood out insight. Stun is going to hit. He is going to get swarmed. You'd love to be able to take down one in that situation, but not going to happen. Scrapz now. Left all low. Shots into the rear. Going to fall. New York chained together some rounds. And, you know, I felt like that 2v4 round Ultra has, like that's one of those dagger ones that's going to hurt you. Never mind. They went back-to-back rounds, right back in the squeeze. They tied up 3-3.
Yeah, nice adjustment there. So really, you know, on the defensive side, you have Skyz and Priestahh playing both open and closed, but really the key player for them is KiSMET, right? Top maps, because he's making sure no one's jumping out of top art, right? Whether it's a single window, the dub window, to make sure that flank doesn't come through. And also from the angle he's playing, he's helping out those wall bangs, those shots that are coming through. They're just finding all the picks on defense.
Yeah, it's like Ultra adjusts to the point they're going to start to build this push, and you're just getting, they're getting
Just hoping
hammered.
they're running out of ammo. That's
Yeah,
pretty much it.
right. Like, how are these guys still shooting?
Looked pretty good to me.
Yeah,
Just maybe a little off to the right.
that must have barely missed.
Man's hips do not lie, that is for sure.
It looks like KiSMET's just going to hold inside for now. This is his POV. The timing of that as he goes to chow. You get the audio cue probably if you're Scrapz, you try to dip out, and you are just locked in. Help me. Please, I require some assistance. He will get dropped, but not before Scrapz is going to fall. HyDra going to be last alive now. Takes down one.
Has Deddy as well. If he wants to invest in, he will. Has to get the bomb, 35 seconds left, and you have Hixie and CleanX just kind of get together, group on up.
Like 50 gifted boys, here we go.
Here we go. What can he find? 20 bullets in. There's just so many angles to check. Now the problem, your Deddy runs out. Hixie, he hears it right away. Hears it right away, and there we go. They snap on him.
Yeah, it's just like you're praying there. Once you pop Deddy, you get this to a 1v1, right? Like you're able to locate one and maybe regroup the bomb.
Yeah, you want to reset that. That's really what you're looking for. But that was a nice job by Scrapz. I know he doesn't find the kill, but he baits KiSMET out far enough where a trade comes through to keep them with that man advantage.
Remember how we had that like cranked mode back in Ghost? I don't know how that basically became what Dead Silence is now.
Dude, that mode was awesome.
It actually was a lot of fun. But, oh, that's how our Deddy works now. Perfect. CleanX just tucked away in a pocket.
And this is the same defensive setup. The only difference is you have HyDra who's worked his way on up. Now can CleanX find the opening? He's the one looking for the angles, but they read it. That's what I mean. Nice job by Skyz, KiSMET to make sure that never happens. So Priestahh finds the info, but Insight sneaks on through. KiSMET gets taken out. Scrapz somehow finds two. And now you have man advantage and the flank come through. This should be the round done.
About time. Well, let's wait till they close it out, but I feel like about time you're able to sort of figure out how you want to deal with the stuff like the setup. Nice little snap there, but ambitious shots at range. But Yeah, they haven't really been able to find an opening in that, right? Like, they've had the setup. You've been doing such a great job if you were NYSL. This time, I mean, it comes down to Scrapz. I'm not sure how he got his too.
Yeah, he does. And then you have Insight. You know, the one player who normally plays Cannon for NYSL the last couple of rounds has been HyDra. He's not there, so that cross over to P1 happens.
And if Scrapz loses that, I mean, more than likely those players are pushing forward, and that might not work out the same way for Insight.
Yeah, Insight's probably the last alive.
Yeah. So Scrapz, we didn't see it, but some incredible gunfight wins. At least it looked like all the kill feed. One more round for Ultra, though, and you bring this back to 1-1.
Again, very slow on this defensive side and offense. Nobody really looking for anything, but this time it's going to be CleanX. Gets up in the top dub, crease open the door, has Deddy popped. Hello, sir, how are you? Almost snaps this Priestahh bomb planted, but here a retake, and once again, I don't know how many rounds it's been. It's down to this man. He's able to find the first. He has Deddy to work with. They just get right on the defuse, and there we go. Scrapz wins the gunfight, hits, he trusts him. Ultra tied up, what a piece.
Unbelievable, and you nailed it. HyDra, I feel like I was expecting Teep on Blackout. Like, this guy was last alive every round. I kind of felt like he was going to make the play at times, but I mean, it starts with that 2v4 they're able to pull off. He has to allow New York to get a couple rounds through, but then finally able to deal with their defensive setup. I don't know, make some big game adjustments. From what you're seeing from NYSL over the course of it, you're able to pull off the dub.
Yeah, I think both teams just pretty much eliminated, you know, anything off the start, didn't allow that to happen. NYSL, their defense looked solid, but the offense, Ultra just found those picks. They had to clean some things up there, maybe get KiSMET and Priestahh a little bit more involved, or HyDra alongside with them, right? A lot of times when you're that island player, it can just be so tough to rely on you to make plays, because if you don't, well, you're the last alive.
Well, I mean, I think we thought this was one that was likely going to go the distance. You see how the 5 maps will play out. I imagine not much has changed for your thought process here, Joe.
No, I think for a lot of people, you know, looking at this matchup, maybe you circle this map 3, this control, right? 2 of the best control teams that we have in the league, and it's just been such a momentum shift for all the teams in the league. Who can now go up 2-1?
Well, I think it's one of those things. I mean, a lot of teams like don't want to get to Fortress control, right? But New York is one of those teams that's solid there, and so we're going to end up on Hotel. But so far, I mean, you had an incredible map 1. The map 2, I know, wasn't that close, but you got to see some great adjustments, some nice individual moments, a good 2v4 clutch, and these teams continue to go toe for toe. Coming up next, we got the control. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back after this quick break.
The Call of Duty League is presented by the GMC Hummer EV Pickup, the world's first all-electric super truck. Upgrade your game with the SCUF, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
Hello there, welcome back to Texas, here live from Esports Stadium, and just our first match of Major 3 as we get ready for our Map 3 control, but excited to have fans in attendance. It's going to be a sold-out crowd over the course of the weekend as people are starting to filter in. Excited to see their hometown team, OpTic Texas, get rolling, but I mean, last year it was a wild event. I'm expecting more wacky.
Oh, yeah, these guys, they get turned here.
Yeah, they do. They get real turns. They get real turns.
I love Call of Duty.
I love Call of Duty too. I gotta be like dancing, dude.
I'm gonna start dancing, all right.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. But let's talk about this matchup so far. You're tied up 1-1. New York, obviously, a team that was able to win the first major, looking to kind of regain that form. Toronto Ultra have seemed to have the potential at times, just fallen a little bit short, but maybe this is the run. Maybe now with Hicksy you're able to do it, but you bring it back to 1-1, still work to do. Yeah,
100%. I think for New York, you know, Major 2, not the event that they wanted at all, right? Obviously, there was a lot of travel issues,
yeah.
right? The weather coming in, they just felt like they couldn't get comfortable. But here already, I mean, yeah, we knew this was going to be a tough matchup. The one time these teams did match up on LAN, it was that Major 1. It was all the way to a Game 5. They are two contenders.
Well, I get it, though. Even with the travel thing, like, it's different. But even me as a commentator, like, I had the travel issues. I got in late. It just felt weird. Like,
yeah, it felt weird.
Just showing up, like, a day late, just kind of, like, getting anything's missing stuff. Like, I'm sure their scrim process was a little bit off. But this is how the LAN records look. You got Subliners at second, Ultra at fifth, so both teams have obviously been in the mix. You have the win if you are Subliners, but Ultra are wanting to be a team that, you know, at times been in that top 2, top 3 conversation. They're battling to get back to that.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you know, you're fifth, but it's obviously 5-4, 50%, you know, map win percentage. That means when they go deeper in the tournament, they're playing some of these teams like New York. You're going the distance, and I mean, unfortunately for them, hasn't always gone their way.
Well, let's take a look at Scrapz. We're going to talk a bit about his stats before we wait for the Map 3. And this guy has been putting on. I mean, the confidence has been there. The gunny has been there. He is, I don't know. I've been so happy to have his personality now in the league. Like, I love someone that's going to...
Yeah, you love him, hate him, I think?
People, yeah, I love that stuff. We need more of it, so it's been awesome to have him.
Yeah, you probably love him when he's not playing against you. It's probably really what it is, but you'd see #1 overall control KD, and when we talk about hotel control between these two teams, it's the map they play the most. You have the best defensive team in Toronto Ultra going up against the best attacking team in NYSL. Might have a round 5 on our hands.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if that was the case based on the first hard point, but fist bumps are out. Players ready to get rowdy. Hotel control loading on up. Everyone's making sure they get fluids. You got water in the crowd, you know, stay hydrated. It's very important. It's gonna be a long day. We got a lot of matches. Get watered up.
Yeah, you do that.
I was on my second bottle already here.
Yeah, you do that. You have a beer, dude. You know.
Oh yeah, that's true. Just they can just be liquid, whatever. Enjoy it, beverage. Enjoy the matches. Is now we go into the Map 3 tied up 1-1. Scrapz, you saw those stats. They can be so good on the defensive side of things.
This is a fake here. Over towards A, only 2 players. They're trying to find Skyz. They're going to catch him off. So 2 players over towards A. They want to get early progression done at B, but a big gunfight there for Priestahh across the map towards Connector. It was a bit of a fake, you know, something maybe you see in a little bit of search and destroy, but New York shut it down for now. It's going to be 3 dead for Ultra, make it all 4. A nice transition defense over to B.
And so this is going to be a flip of their best, right? You said New York best attacking, Toronto was the best defensive, right? So we'll see how maybe some of that comes into play in the following round, but right now, bloodbath is the kill feed, just lighting it up. Trophy out for Scrapz, launched at the point. He'll look to hold that. Is spawning close will be Hicksy. The other 2 trying to control mid-map, and your pre-aim just a little bit too high. The shots all go over for CleanX. Now the collapse able to come in. Scrapz still trying to finesse around his trophy. Still takes damage from the nade. and the pinch comes in, but CleanX right off the spawn, able to take down 2.
And this is all you're trying to do if you're NYSL. Just find pick after pick inside of A and really just waste resources for Toronto Ultra, right? Just hit the connector, find a kill. Now wait for your teammate, then here comes the rest of NYSL, but a team kill. Gonna flip the odds for Toronto Ultra as that A point is going to be done. A minute is added on and we're headed over to B.
I feel like we see that so often, those like corner peeks there. You're just like, you know, pre-aim a little deeper if you're an AR. The timing comes in, Priestahh takes off the back of his skull, but you get several kills here. You get 3 in a row. If you are
It's a
Ultra,
chance
got
here.
your presence. You're gonna start to stack. There's really one guy that's gonna be set up close. You're able to get one through with the cross. It's HyDra's gotta make the play. CleanX gonna pop his head off. They're finding all the kills on the point. Just a second or so to go, and that is a quick offensive victory for Ultra. Just a 3 down in transition. I think HyDra's just left there like, okay, what do I do? Wait for the boys or try to pull off a miracle?
Yeah, and I mean, that's just props to, you know, Toronto Ultra, right? NYSL really, you know, you send those resources over to A, but when that push dies, you're gonna spawn up over towards Spa. The goal is to try to cross the bedroom, right? Get 1 or 2 players over there, so when they work their way over across the middle of the map, it's difficult to do, but HyDra found 2 kills. He was the player that really opened up the point for them. Then they're able to stack it. That is just beautifully done by Toronto Ultra.
It feels like bedroom's like everything. Like if you've got control of it, keep control and keep eyes on that mid-cross because somebody's coming eventually, right? Like it's such a crucial part of the map, especially in those transition moments. But NYSL trying to answer back, talked about their pedigree on the attack and these controls. Can HyDra make a play with Daddy? He's just starting to clear his lanes.
And I mean, really, there's just one player over at A. So they're thinking, let's work our way over towards B. Let's just leave KiSMET over there. Can we find the tick or 2? There's 3 players for NYSL here. No one really within map presence besides HyDra with a sub. So they're able to catch Toronto Ultra off guard, but scrap it inside with the ARs. Able to find 3, able to find all 4.
And you only get the 1 point of progress finished on A. You don't get the second bit done. It was close, but KiSMET is by himself, and you don't even get 1 bar here.
And no progress done, but right back onto the A point to just pause the clock. They still have the life advantage. With Scrapz, you can see at 85 now, having himself a map. This is why he's the #1 control KD in the league.
So now we look right back over to A. Looks like you're just trying to set up kind of the mid-transition trap and 1 player deep. I
He's
believe
going
he's
for
going to
this.
Scrapz. And he's actually going to take the fight. He's able to pick him off, but right before he finishes it, maybe a difference of a couple of seconds as they have to rally over. They get the extra minute now put on. Life-wise, what, you're 20 versus 20, so you're all tied up. Now, how clean can Subliners make this across? Not going to happen clean at all. You're set up if you're Ultra. They get into their prime positions, they get to their spots, they shut it down with the Vazneb.
And HyDra's just been lurking over here, right? He worked his way up through the middle of the map, just trying to find any opening. Maybe they haven't found him. Do they know HyDra's in this spot? Well, he's gonna give them bedroom control. That's gonna be 2 dead on both sides. And he just wants to stay alive here. Just play his life, make sure his teammates can get to him.
We were just talking about the importance of bedroom. Even though his teammates all die on the other side. Oh, the timing of that makes you want to throw up. HyDra gets dropped right as he goes to pop the Daddy. It's CleanX that's able to get in behind his own dead silence play. And what a snap there. You talk about the sense that this man plays at. Priestahh just gets melted off the mid-map.
Yeah, the rest of NYSL, they're going to try to hit this flank, and well, Insight's got it locked down. He's got it, almost finds the 3rd. Scrap off a spawn, maybe you're going to try that, but when you have KiSMET in that position, you can see where Insight is going to spawn. So across the map, this is why bedroom is so crucial. Because when you lose spot, you have to work all the way through the middle of the map defensively, but CleanX continues to play his life. He's on 6 in a row. He's got HyDra with them, just taking their time, using their teamwork. So far, so good for Ultra. Now 7 lives remaining for NYSL.
Yeah, it feels like once you get to this spot, you're kind of playing like a solo game. You
are?
Yeah, like you really, really are. He's on 7 in a row. Like, teammates do your thing. I'm patrolling. I'm trying to get the sound cues. I'm making plays, and he is doing just that. Up to 8 in a row, 16 and 7. A map round here from CleanX that has been a thing of beauty. Gets a couple of hit markers, but can't quite finish it. A couple seconds left here in the round stop.
Yeah, everybody's got to go on a bit of a heat check, right? You got the streak. It's fine. It is fine. And that is why that team is the best team defensively in the league on this map. You just saw it right there. And now up 2-0 on the map, 1 round away.
Think about what that, like, horrible timing. with HyDra like led to.
Yeah, you're just stuck.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe he doesn't get the kill without the bad timing because CleanX is flying at him with Daddy. He might still drop him, but like, that led to what, 8 in a row for CleanX from that spot?
Well, it's certainly tougher when you have some machine thing in your hand that you have to activate. I don't know, and you just get caught.
I still don't get the whole
I don't get it.
Speaker box. No, I don't really. I can't wrap my head around it at all.
I think there's something in the shoes. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no, you're right. Futuristic pumps. Floor is Scrapz. Clean little snap there at mid-map. So that's 3 down real fast after Scrapz. They follow it up with CleanX and Pixie. You get straight onto the point here at A. Now, what do you want to do if you were NYSL? Scrapz mid-map, but he puts some pretty good tags into 2 players. Doesn't take out either.
Yeah, and for Ultra, this is a question, right? Do you do what NYSL does? Do you only leave 1 player on A, right? Try to get map control while that tap's coming on through, but they're going to leave 2 players on it, make sure they have the extra minute. Now can you get better control like we just talked about? You're going to have Priestahh and HyDra work their way across. The rest of Ultra are going to work the flank as Scrapz tries to set up the pinch. Scrapz able to find the first over towards bedroom. Now you're going to see where they spawn out as NYSL if they can get spot control.
You see CleanX jump to try and like get outside without being seen on the cross, and then he's able to get the jump on 1. A little bit of movement there from CleanX, but the kills do go the way of NYSL. Following it.
Yep, now HyDra's set up here, just trying to play his light, get them spawning over towards kitchen side, and they really just have to make a decision. What do they want to go for? What do they want to go for? It looks like they're going to wrap a couple of players back and fight for bedroom.
Tries to avoid the stun, but good luck with that. Apple gets slowed down. Right over to Hicks. He lost a little bit of game assist. He lost line of sight of the player as well. Trying to get this one done in bed. Scrapz is tagged up. A stun is his teammate next to him, I believe, but a trophy is able to get down. They're up for a second. And Inside just saves his life. I believe someone came through on the flank. Inside just able to get that done. HyDra holding close to death, able to shut it down. That's 2 before he drops. But now back in the bedroom goes Hixie.
Yeah, but this whole time, right, Ultra have been here. You can see what this does. You're fighting from the desk, right? So you're gonna have a pinch maybe through main. Maybe the nades connect. You want to try to get across over to bedroom, but Ultra's making sure that cannot happen as they fight from couches, fight from that area. Finally, HyDra able to get towards the bottom.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like step 1's already done, right? If you're fighting from there the entire time, you're in a pretty good spot. Part of the reason they've slowly been let out. You're up 6 lives now. 14 versus 8 if you're Ultra. You got a chance here. 4-3 on the map. 3 with the Bulldog. Says not quite yet. The kills come through. Nearly a snapback onto a 3rd, but KiSMET was fueling himself there for a moment. I mean, that's actually a pretty big chunk. Well, it was a 3 life difference for a moment, but you brought it back.
Now it's just time. And look, with HyDra in this spot, they have to work all the way across the map. You're going to have CleanX working a wide flank, a big one-on-one.
Can they do it?
That's going to stagger the push. Now 15 seconds left. Now maybe with that, it's a push through main. Priestahh's like, I'm getting out of here. Hits the belly flop, able to snap on the 1, almost the 2nd. But he buys enough time for his subs to get into the position. KiSMET with another multi-kill, able to take them down. It looks like they're going to hold on. It was a close one, but New York survived.
Yeah, with the map on the line. You're seeing what was like a 14-8 advantage. I think you had around 45 seconds to a minute at that point. You're feeling pretty good if you are Ultra, but like, you know, you were kind of highlighting how, yeah, the fights were happening in couches, like they were in a good spot, at least you're battling from there, but like they never got the next step really, right? They never really got like a clean 3 or 4 down to actually take the fight to the point, get bedroom control, and get set up. So even though the skirmish was in a better place than it could have been, at least you're not getting like chopped out on transition. Just took too long. You never got that movement forward.
Yeah, you never got a player over towards those double tests, right? You know, you get an AR on that heady, good luck getting out of that, but you can never get multiple players on that B point. So cross NYSL, but back to defense for Ultra. Pretty spread out on both sides. As well, just some skirmishes going down on both points. HyDra now on 4 in a row. Gonna get on, capture A.
You've got a heavy presence here from Ultra. Waiting for the opening, maybe a 1-on-1 developing on the other side of the map. Flurry of kills, KiSMET last up, trying to dance, trying to snake his way to victory. HyDra right back to it. He was on 4 in a row, I think, but he will drop, so no success on the point quite yet for NYSL, but now they should be able to close this out, get the extra minute. pretty even alive, so not much of a change there. I thought maybe it took a little edge if you were Ultra, but not much.
Yeah, talk about match number 1, really the slaying for NYSL. The difference here, look at the ARs. I mean, Priestahh and Skyz just being shut down right now, and a big part of that is Scrapz. 25, 26, and 17 from the rookie, from the star on this map, as Priestahh just trying to work the flank. But this is going to be difficult, right? Because you work through the middle of the map, all 4 players from NYSL. You have Insight just kind of lurking towards bedroom. CleanX is going to cross to help him out.
Well, NYSL being the best attacking team on this map, can we see some of that success start to open up? When you're going against the best defense in Ultra, and the defense shines through for now. HyDra and CleanX combined for 3. They clear it out. CleanX working to get back to his spots.
Yeah, I mean, CleanX, he just goes hunting, right? He's trying to find a push. He's really just like the scout for the team to see where that push is coming from, but he ends up just basically taking care of it himself. Then they trap them all the way towards back kitchen. HyDra's still alive. He's able to find another one. You have what, HyDra and KiSMET behind enemy lines. And now they are gonna go, trying to get on the point, just pausing the clock, trying to mess with the defense. But it is just too good right now from Ultra. Scrapz just able to read it. The stunt connects, finds the kill.
Up to 30 now, and just looking for more. Now, New York, no, they don't have a lot of opportunities. It looks like they're trying to set up a big pinch here. Look at number 7, KiSMET, who's going the whole way around. You know you've got maybe 1 or 2 really good shots at this, so they're going to take their best effort. They're looking to get that bedroom side control. KiSMET trying to look for the opening 2. Priestahh is able to get 1. CleanX now lining up the streak.
Yeah, you get on the beat, you get on the beat. I don't think they have a trophy, so he does not have a trophy, so they're gonna get off of it, but you have the kill. Scrapz able to at least find 1. Still, Insight is alive as well, so they cannot get these players out of bedroom. Can the Subliners, is the Ultra, the 2 players gonna spawn all the way out? They're just trying to pause the clock right now, trying to find the gunfight wins, but Ultra are giving them nothing. They are giving them absolutely nothing. 10 seconds to go.
And it's just gonna be HyDra. Really sitting on the point, just playing from the block. The collapse is going to come through. That's CleanX is able to pick up the kill from behind. Now sub 10 seconds to go. Remaining in this round. Ultra look to lock it down, take back-to-back maps, and take a 2-1 advantage in this series. Pause for a second, but that will do it. Ultra, the defense simply too strong.
Just impressive stuff, honestly. I mean, it really is. You have a lot of opportunities, a lot of chances. They could just never crack through. Can the Subliners. You get a couple of players match the box. What that does, right, the defensive players then spawn out all the way top side of the map, top chandelier, over towards that store. And that can be tough, but the players at bedroom, they just played their life so well, finding a pick, running away, just wasting the offense's time.
Yeah, I thought when they were developing that big push, I didn't see how it ended up playing out because we ended up popping to the streak. But when KiSMET was going the whole way around, like, it looked like he was sort of making plays towards bedroom, and then by the time he came out of the streak, he was basically on the point. So I
can't find him.
Yeah. That's what it felt like, right? At least when he came out of the streak, I was like, I assumed he was going to get a gunfight. We're going to see him killing the kill.
Well, and really what you're trying to do is kind of bait those players out of the position by being on the point.
Yeah.
But they could never find that kill, but it's Scrapz again, 33 and 20. CleanX, he continues his monster series, almost 3,000 damage. And again, on the other side, it's, I mean, the ARs could not get going for NYSL. Priestahh, not the best map from him.
Yeah, something about, you know, I think a sub duo is probably one of the hardest things to figure out for a team. It's always been kind of wild. You have such, whereas like AR, I know if you're talking like take the flex out of the position, just like main AR, there's a lot of similarities in how people play. But like subs, I think there's so much diversity in how subs will play the particular role. Like finding that correct pairing is so difficult. For whatever reason with Standy, I mean, CleanX maybe was playing it away. Maybe it wasn't quite as comfortable for him, or wasn't just out eating and flying around like he wants to. But something about having HyDra here, it just seems like, yeah, aBeZy is just out there soaring, man.
Yeah, playing his game, and I mean, even then, I mean, HyDra's stat line isn't crazy, but he has some of these big moments where he's finding some multi-kills and making sure he's doing what he needs to do for his team to win.
Listen, man, before Simp and aBeZy existed, for the most part, you had a sub that was like more of the OBJ type sub, like, I don't know, like a Looney or somebody that had like a 0.9 to a 1. Like, that was kind of normal. And then your other sub could kind of pop off. Like, that's just how it was for so long. Then Simp and aBeZy came around, and like, it's almost like the expectation is, oh, well, everybody can fry. But that's not really the case. typically there's a bit more of a give and take.
Yeah, no, there's really only one Simp and aBeZy in this league, but there you can see it. Ultra 3-1 in the map, now up 2-1 in the series. But the good thing for New York, you're going to HyDra, you are undefeated on this map on the year. You don't play it too often, but it's looking good. 4-0. Can they get this to a map 5?
And was this the one where, I'm trying to, our stats notes that we had come through, that it was like the rotations are really pristine, right? For New York, was it?
Yeah.
That's where like they would really lead the way, and we'll have to see how the breaks are going to go down. But we're going to take a look at HyDra, just talking about HyDra as we get ready for this map 4. And yeah, he's had a lot of great plays. You know, he had some interesting situations in the search where he was like last alive in a ton of situations, but almost close to pulling off some heroic moments. But when you talk about top 5 hardpoint KDs this season, he's sitting at number 2, and all the way from France. I believe we've got HyDra's mom in attendance. Welcome. That's absolutely amazing. Hello there. Welcome. I hope you're having a blast. It's got to be amazing to watch your son on the main stage, and I can imagine just the process of this with him traveling here to compete. I'm sure it has been a very, very stressful thing with the family. That's awesome to see here.
Oh,
here
100%. You know, he's all the way over here competing. I miss his family, missing his friends, so it is awesome to see that she is happy to be here, and yeah, we're happy to have her. She's like, get this dang camera off me, please.
She's like, all right, that's enough. That's enough, bye-bye.
Yeah, back to my son, back to my son.
I love it, but now let's see if he's got the mom buff. Is he able to pop off here on the map 4? Because you've got, I mean, we've seen teams obviously go to losers and make the run. Historically, it's been a thing. Just a month or so back, we saw the Thieves are able to do it, but it's not an easy thing. You want to put yourself in a winner's bracket position to make this run, but there's some of the stats you were kind of talking about. And so, yeah, it's the whole percentage that was nuts. Yeah, for NYSL, like when they get rotated, when they get set up, it is incredible.
Yeah, 90% hold, and that's pretty tough to do on this map, man. When you talk about some of these hills, you know, most importantly, P3, P5 spawns get a little bit crazy, get a little bit wonky.
It's one of like the weirdest maps ever, because sometimes it seems such like a traditional Call of Duty map, but then like you've got an entire underwater system. I don't really know what's going on.
We love swimming. We sure do. We're going to see some water routes in NYSL.
What do you think if they added like you know, we have AI in Warzone, they add like piranhas or like great whites?
Yeah, I'm down.
Let's put it down there, and you get through the swim route. It's like, okay, do the swim route, but Jaws might bite off your legs.
I could see that probably in the next one.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm down. What, you know, when a gunfight did? Like, punch a shark in the face.
Dude, all right, back to the action. Sorry, we got distracted by AI shark with KiSMET. Chopping out one, Priestahh there to follow it up with 2, trying to push all the way through will be KiSMET, but not going to happen as it'll get stuffed out, and then quickly there for the trade will be HyDra, but still spawning deep. You've got Ultra.
Yeah, I mean, you take this though, if you're NYSL, you're spawning on the left side of the map. Ultra is just playing very conservative, trying to hold spawns for P2. But HyDra, he goes swimming, nice little dive, gets on up, able to find the first. But his teammate's not there yet, as they're going to take some long routes all the way through. That is just a beautiful breaststroke out of KiSMET. He is working that flank. Look at that man go.
Surprise!
Hello, that is going to be creepy. And
it's
now, set up the pinch, the spawn comes in. Now, can they break? They got to break sooner rather than later, and that does not help you out.
It's like, yeah, that's what you get for getting in the water. You know, we had that, what was it, the stats we had in Black Ops 3, where it's like time spent wall running, type thing. How do you time spent swimming?
And well, they will take that 30 seconds, but I guess you take the first 30 if you're Ultra, because now you have rotation all the way through towards P3. As KiSMET, we're just going to do it again. We're going to take a long route.
It's dangerous, too, with the gun dangle like that. They get caught on, like, some sort of underwater rock, and then you drown, Joe.
That could, yeah, you got to watch out for that.
Water safety, Joe. I studied it at the universities.
KiSMET with the water route. What can he find? Inside, just playing his life. His teammates, though, getting taken down around him. As P3 controls so far, so good here for Ultra.
Shout onto the next with Scrapz with the movement there. Makes it difficult for the centering to be on point. He wins the fight. Now Hixie in the chaos, just looking up, down, left, right. Is he swimming in behind me? I don't know. I'm going to keep popping and snapping. As he finds the kills, about to be maybe a lead change here, is it'll go back over to Ultra, and up from the top rope comes everybody soaring through when they kind of line up in front of Scrapz. He's taking the damage from the nade, so his screen is just a cluster, but he's able to keep the shots on point.
And now you can see the spawns come in, so 2 players spawn behind, 1 player spawns behind that player, so KiSMET, he's gonna find 2 kills, but he is gonna get taken down. That is where things just get crazy at P3, as Hixie wants to fly forward. As we rotate on over, back over towards Ruin side, you're gonna have Priestahh all the way in the back. You're gonna have HyDra over towards Broken. Skyz does spawn all the way out. Well, CleanX is going to read that, but early control for the Subliners.
Just trying to get the tags in if you were Scrapz, but you're not seeing much. The nade, though, able to connect. It's Hixie gets 2. Hixie actually gets 3. And he's like, all right, I'm soaring forward off of that. Unfortunately, it's Skyz still top that's able to get the angle, but it's Hixie that makes the play to open up the point. And now CleanX finding kills on the cross-in transition, snapping back to deal with spawners. The subs doing it all right now for Ultra.
Yeah, that was a great play by Hixie to find that opening, and then they just let Skyz back there, right? They don't allow him to make a play as NYSL. They get some split spawns that come on through. Now Hixie on 5 in a row, 1 away from that cruise. But he's just gonna take that route. And on rotation towards P5, you already have insight on the hill and Scrapz all the way in the back.
I think Scrapz won a fight too. Yeah, I think he already killed 1. He was on the real early rotation. I forget who it was, but he was able to pick up 1, so he puts them in a position. But look at this low map onslaught coming in from Subliners. They are looking for the flub on forward through the water. A rocks goes Scrapz, pre-aiming it though will be the Subliners side. They were able to take down 3, I believe. Still a battle on the point. And look at this. I mean, you're spawning out like number 2, and Hixie's like right between 2 players. He's able to shoot 1 in the back. Then he gets shot in the back. Yeah, it's
yeah, P3, P5. That's where things just get a little bit weird. Yeah, with the spawns, but. Ultra, they get on the hill now. You have everyone from NYSL spawning out, so a 40-point lead. And we talked about just sort of the rotations for NYSL, but a couple of breaks for Ultra have put them in a driver's seat, but Skyz almost connects on.
Yeah, my guy's looking like a ballerina. Just dancing around inside. Nearly the triple. Considering there from KiSMET, but it's going to be the headshot multiplier through for Scrapz. So good luck with that gunfight. The advantage growing a bit. Now up to 50. Skyz just playing from this dominant heady. At times you can get up on the bridge, but not gonna last long. Pistol out, that's the advantage of having a pistol in the back pocket. You go swimming, you can take those shots down low, able to find 1.
Yeah, you gotta have a pistol if you're gonna take those routes. Just gives you that advantage, HyDra. I mean, every player we go to, I'll tell you what, I'd never take these routes. Never, I'm gonna have to start.
Oh no, I'm just too impatient to get in the water, yeah. I'm not a swimmer, Joe. Even if I got the body for it.
But Ultra with a 45-point lead. New York, though, they have spawns for P2 right now on the hill. They can get them right back into it. But right through the front, Hixie having himself a map 20 and 11, now 2 in a row.
And see, this is, you know, people were maybe hard on Hixie at times because the stats weren't there. But what did you just say? Like those moments where he needs to step up, he has it. It's happening right now within that map. But another man that's trying to get some heroics through. It is HyDra, the snap there, but just gets second shot in. Not able to win that fight. But 20 and 12 from Hixie. I mean, where would the lead start really with that 3-piece onto the point earlier?
Yeah, now this needs to be the response for NYSL. They are down 50 points, down 2-1 in the series. Let's go to a listen-in with NYSL.
Top dome is dead. Top dome is mount. Yeah, don't figure we're missing one taking her out or something, bro. I'm seeing right. I'm seeing back right. What could be in the back? Oh, wait, he's in the back. Top dome. Check. CleanX. Last one back right. He's top dome on me. Top dome is one shot, absolutely inside. And one's pushing out, left side hood. Playing new. Left side hood, top dome.
Yep, he's right side dead.
Nice shit.
Did you kill the guy?
Left side dome. No.
He's still right.
Yo, I'm gonna go top right.
I'm gonna back up.
I can hold this.
I can get new time.
I don't see anything. They're gonna go back right.
Water.
The one stop right.
Nice. I'm playing for the right.
One more top.
Top out.
Nice. They can get the back. Okay, we're missing 2.
No, you just spawn. You can just spawn the other one.
Yeah, I can see you dumb shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yo, listen, water's open. I'm in the hut.
They're gonna take water out and shit. They're gonna look
deep. I'm trying to look deep. Yeah.
Yeah, one's on me. Don't.
I don't see him dumb. He could be like bottom down.
Stand mid P5.
I have on my hut.
Stand mid P5. Wait,
Yo, in the back, Scrapz. He's blocking. He's in blue. He's in blue right now. Everyone's playing. Just stay live red. You're good.
Give me top.
One's in the back. Scrapz.
Top up.
Nice. Scrapz in the back.
One more top red. CleanX.
How did I swipe again?
Top Top right.
You want stop? Pass on the back. Spawning back.
I got some P5.
I can
Time. I don't know P5. He's left side time and one stop right.
And the comms are all right, but do you hear like a little bit of frustration maybe with some of the plays wrapped, but also like the 3-piece from CleanX? They just get wiped off the board again. It felt like they were a little in the blender. I mean, I heard them getting called out, getting stunned more than I heard anything else.
Yeah, they were in the blender because this guy is popping off. I mean, HyDra and CleanX, the sub duo, are taking over HyDra. And that's just what can happen, right? One of those sub players takes a route, makes a play, a multi-kill goes in. They had the P2 set up, but CleanX just goes right on through.
Was it CleanX
and now,
like 12 and 11 when HyDra got the 20? Like, I'm pretty sure he just...
It was just that P2 right there. Yeah, just goes off as he was on a 7 spree, and now they are in the driver's seat of the series.
I feel like he's at a spree in every single map. They can win it here with 3-1 and move on within this winner's back bracket, but it's Scrapz for now. Dialed in, just set up. CleanX now with the streak he's able to earn. Let's call in the cruise. Bare minimum, you get information. Do you hit a trophy?
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. How do you feel about the concept, Joe, of streaks just not really doing anything for you when you earn them?
Yeah, it can be tough. No, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it, but well, I mean, hey, what can you do? Yeah, I think we saw it's like 20% of cruise missiles are successful. It just is what it is right now. But yeah, it doesn't turn into much. And behind that, now if you're NYSL, you're only down around 40 points.
They're bringing it back. Now you think maybe the comm's starting to calm a little bit. Feel that scoreboard get a little bit closer. The speaker is out though, the radio ping. Maybe heard, and it was. Inside able to pick it up.
He's just hanging out now, just on top of the rush, trying to play his life. A clean setup so far for Ultra. They deal with the players on the pitch, but HyDra trying to do what he can from inside the hill, able to find the first, the movement on point, back and forth, finessing his life away as Skyz finds the other two. And now just look at this.
Here we go.
You get this time, and it is very close to a tie game.
It felt like Ultra were blowing the wheels off of this one, but not the case now. Subliners have made their stand. Second by second back into it. Scrapz able to take down 2, but KiSMET back into the point. A team kill through for Skyz, but they get the rest of the kills behind that. Still though, sitting inside the point despite all the kills. So we get the final couple of seconds was HyDra that was actually in the point. And now we focus on rotation. There's about 25 points separating the two teams now, Joe. Are you going for a swim thing? Just go ahead and drown. I don't know what accent was.
But now you can see P2 control over to Toronto Ultra. You have HyDra, top steady. He's going to try to take a route. And while P1 control, they're just playing patient. They're allowing them to have the spawns for now. They know that Ultra's going to have to get aggressive. They do not want to lead change and come in and put beautiful shots out of HyDra with the Basnev. But Scrapz it inside, do deal with the players off the hill.
Sneaky, sneaky! HyDra continues to finesse. Finally, the chow not going to pay off as 2 players will be there. Down 6. Now it's NYSL. KiSMET right back to it with the wall bangs. Lovely there from inside to take him out. The Skyz POV we go. Through on the cross. 1, 2. Lining up for Skyz. Lead change. NYSL now in front. What a turnaround this has been.
Okay, on the last P2, it was CleanX that really made things messy. This time, HyDra trying to do what he can. Able to find the first. Back down for a swim. Trying to find any other players. Where does the spawn come in? It's a little bit split right now. But there we go, Ultra deal with the first push, but not out of this quite yet. Both teams couldn't win it here on this hill. So NYSL, they're going to need a break as Skyz starts to work top. Broken, Priestahh able to find 2. Can they get on the point?
Scrapz! You had CleanX spawning out so deep, but Scrapz just puts them down. Priestahh though, still on his bit of a streak, and he was able to get to the back. Now looking for the break onto the point. You got a 2-on-2 here for a moment. Scrapz gets it done with a Bass. He gets a triple with attack, a double with the Bass, and then HyDra to pick it up, but Subliners get in for now. So you're no longer able to win it if you're other side. We got to think about the upcoming rotation.
Yeah, Scrapz, he's going to call in the cruise. He's going to get all the info on the rotation. He's calling out KiSMET right now, right in the middle of the map. We have to deal with him on the hill. He's not going to find a kill, but they know where everyone is. But do they find KiSMET? There it is. CleanX able to take him down. Now 18 seconds left.
That's the best part of the cruise. You get the info, right?
Like, get the info, but here comes the sponge, close sponge, Scrapz
God.
sponge all the way out.
Oh, God.
He is out of this fight. NYSL, they're gonna get on the hill. Pixie, he's gotta deal with so many players trying to play his life.
This is where it gets a little bit wonky. Another one though from Hicksy. Can he be the hero? KiSMET swimming away with his life for now. Just trying to get out and reposition. That's gonna get picked up. It's Insight that's able to do it. 3 points needed for Ultra, and they've taken this series. It's Hicksy that's making the plays! And Hicksy pops off lane. It's Ultra with the dub. I'll tell you what, considering like when you saw Scrapz spawning out the whole way, the close one came in for New York and they like cleared him off the point, I was like, oh my God, they're gonna lose on that.
Yeah, but I think maybe because Hicksy's two-piece, he pulls NYSL forward. I think they got a couple of spawns in that back hut.
Oh, that's the one you said, it gets wild. It does.
Yeah, and I mean, Hicksy, just the fact that he's able to stay alive, find those 2 kills, that allowed sort of the chaos to ensue.
Well, you think, I mean, what stands out to me is, like, at least for Ultra, you know, you have the Hicksy 3 on the point early in the game to get the opening. Whatever the hell Scrapz did at the point with like 5 kills to get this streak there. CleanX that wild stretch, and then Hicksy at the end. I mean, New York had their moments, but it just felt like bigger ones for Ultra.
No, I think like as a team play, New York, they got themselves back into it with those nice rotations. We were talking about some key plays, you know, inside of P5 and P1. But it was the individual moments for Ultra. Yeah. That was the difference. And that's why HyDra can be a tough map for some of our teams.
Well, it just seemed like whenever, and I'm saying every time, but like whenever there was like a big individual moment for New York at times, it felt like it was almost at the same time it was happening on the Ultra side. Like when Priestahh got what you thought was gonna be 3 to open and instantly Scrapz gets 3. Some of the big plays from HyDra, like we're watching it happen to kill feed, like CleanX is getting 2 or 3. Like it felt like there was sort of they balanced out some of the big moments from YSL and didn't let it snowball too much.
Yeah, just that early lead, they were able to hang on to it. It gets a little bit mixy, a couple of cruise missiles will give them the info. And well, there you can see Toronto Ultra 3-1 this series. It was a very close hard points, but I think, you know, the control especially, I mean, Ultra, they were just a step ahead.
Yeah, and you've got to feel good too, because I know Hicksy's been with the roster a bit, but like, gotta feel like just getting better and better. You know, just more time with the roster, now getting the reps on LAN. I love what I was seeing from that sub duo, but we've got Bryce on the main stage, Scrapz, with some ludicrous moments down this stretch. Can't wait to hear about it.
All right, thank you very much. Yes, joining me here on the main stage, Scrapz. First of all, before we go much further, let's start talking about the hard points. The first one was incredibly close. You didn't get away with it. What do you think went wrong in those final moments?
Well, you know, hotel hardpoint, you know, we call it the Bermuda spawns. You know, it's just spawn in bedroom, spawn in kitchen, lobby. So it was kind of unfortunate, but you know, it was war at the end. So.
And it happened again in the other hardpoint. Let's talk about the end of HyDra. All the way, like P1 and P2 was an absolute blitz. How did you guys regain in that moment? Because HyDra was holding down L for so long.
Yeah. Yeah, so HyDra had our dome control. You know, we just had to slow down, get some kills, just progress on the map slowly. And, you know, P1 didn't go our way, so we had to rotate for P2. And, you know, I just started slamming at the end. So, yeah, that was it.
You certainly did. Let's talk a little bit. So there has been comments made about your, how well you guys have been playing from online to LAN. What adjustments have you made? What's different coming into Major 3?
I don't really know what's different. People say that, but it's all good. Like, you know, we take it on the chin. They can say what they want, but, you know, we're coming for it.
All right, I like it. There's also been a lot made about basically everybody's trying to set you up as a rivalry with everyone in the league. Obviously, you're one of the most outspoken rookies we've ever had. How do you feel about basically everybody trying to take shots at you every single time you get up here?
Yeah, you know, it's fun. It makes the matches way more, you know, mean way more. And, yeah, it just gets the heart pumping. It's just a fun time all around. So, yeah, I like it.
Awesome. And kind of last thing coming into this as well, you guys haven't managed to get to a major chip this year, even in your rookie year. What's been the main thing you've been concentrating on the run-up to major number 3?
Yeah, you know, our S&D wasn't really up to par the last 2 majors. We had to fix some things on the hardpoint, but I feel like control's in a spot right now. So, you know, we just fixed up a little bit on all of our game modes, and, you know, we're looking good coming into this major.
Oh, you certainly are. It was a fantastic first game. All right, thank you. Give it up for Scrappy here in Texas. And we'll throw this one back over to our desk to break it down.
Scrappy getting the job done along with Toronto Ultra. I think for a lot of us, we predicted probably going Game 5, going the distance. All we got was 4 maps. Toronto Ultra, the #1 seed, nameless, and they look like the #1 seed.
Absolutely. Toronto played great, capitalizing on the mistakes of New York. We saw a few of those throughout the series in the Search and Destroys, a couple times New York throwing their life away. Toronto was able to capitalize, and then also the control. Once again, last series it was the difference. This time it was the difference as well. They absolutely smoked them on that. We saw the defensive stands that Toronto had multiple times. New York trying to go around the back. It's just not working. Toronto, the comms are too good.
Well, New York Subliners is a team that I thought was going to be very strong, and I think they were strong in a lot of different moments. They managed to get that hotel hardpoint just by 4 points. That really set the precedence to what we could expect in this series, Allie.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that hotel hardpoint was a banger. It's not very often we see hotel end on P1, and I think it was just a little bit of the knowledge of the spawns that kind of edged out New York Subliners in that map #1. But I think that map #2 Fortress for me was really impressive from Toronto Ultra, simply because, I mean, they're not a very strong offensive team when it comes to search and destroy. And it really was that round #8 where Scrapz was on that A side, gets those first 2 opening bloods onto New York Subliners, and that gives them the edge there when it comes to the offensive rounds, as it was back and forth majority of the time.
And what's crazy about what Allie's talking about is, like, New York had first blood in that round, and then New York tried to, like, bang out sight, and Scrapz finds a 2-piece, just mistakes there. Yeah. And then earlier we saw them as well, like, New York's on offense, and KiSMET tries to chase that kill outside of open, when Scrapz was tucked away in the corner. And I know what their strat was there. They're like, I'm gonna hit open, the guy Map's gonna try to kill me, HyDra, you kill him as I do that, right? So sort of over challenging, they throw that round away. So you lose a couple rounds there, and then, you know, in the hard points as well, Toronto got outslayed by 1,000,000 on that map 1 and still kept it so competitive. It's a good indicator of where this team is at strategically. They're sound.
And I think, honestly, the HyDra hard point, we've seen so many big pop-off moments in that certain sense as well. We talk about the outslay, but they find the kills where they need to. P2, we've seen Scrapz go on that 7 spree at the end. Yes. It's insane. CleanX finding a 3 to break it on another occasion.
Yeah.
P2 was a bit mixy, but it always felt like Ultra were the ones who came out on top at the end. Yeah, it felt like, especially in that map 4, you could really see Ultra, they're firing on all cylinders. Everybody's doing their job, but we got to move into a special moment. Let's look at our scut play of the game, because I think for me, man, it was all Scrapz. Scrapz was tearing it up. We got to go straight into that map #4. Ton, I know you were hyped up, baby. You mentioned that 7 spree going into P2. Talk to me about it.
I mean, it was insane, but looking over towards the control and what he was doing here, so good at playing that bedroom side when he needs to, finding the kills and slaying out for the squad. But yeah, I mean, we can talk about the HyDra so long, but really impressive in the control as well.
Yeah, and I think a big turnaround as well. Even though they beat New York Subliners last time they went up against them, they were heavily outplayed that time too. Scrappy had a .93 overall in that matchup, but a .8 in control specifically. They rematch up today. He drops a 1.65. So I definitely think we're seeing a scary Scrapz at the beginning of this major.
Well, we highlighted him for a reason. He was one of our players to watch, and I'm sure going to be one of our players to watch throughout the major. But we got a cool thing coming out from Upper Deck. You can start your digital collection. I love this idea. We got our 2021 Call of Duty e-trading cards by Upper Deck, the official trading card partner of the CDL. Collect your favorite teams and players on UpperDeckEpack.com, or you can scan the QR code on screen. Our first series is done, but we have a second series ready to go, or just about ready to go, with Seattle Surge versus LAG. #1 place, #8. We'll see who ends up ahead after the break.